Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's a love reading with the Tarot full Celtic cross spread for you. So I've made 3 readings here. They're all timeless, by the way, and so whenever you're coming across this, it's good to go. I've made 3 readings: crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them's got a deeper dive. So if you find that it is your story, it could be your story. If you get that deeper dive, I will go further into it, or much deeper into guidance for you, especially guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. Guidance for you in this relationship as well, what you need to know about them, what you need to know about yourself, possible dynamics, how to make it work really well, and also how this might play out along with timelines for all of that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, there'll be a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments too, where you can also find your fast forward links, the timestamps to these readings. So all you need to do is take your pick now. Which ones do you want? Do you want the crystal, this beautiful aquamarine? I love this crystal, and that's with the Starchild tarot there. Would you like the flower? How magnificent is that? And the Lightseers tarot, or the shell? And the Dark Mansion tarot. So take your pick right now, and don't forget to click like on this video down there, and leave a comment as well as you're watching these readings. I'd love to hear from you. Get your energy in on these readings so that I'm reading for you, adding you into the mix in future readings as well. And thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support in my channel. Very much appreciated. But if you're not a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button down there and that notification button down there. I do a daily energy update every single day of the year. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week as well. And I also go live 3 times a week in my live show, Psychic Cafe, here on YouTube, and I'd love to see you in there. I give mini reads in there as well, and I'd love to give you one of those. So take your pick right now, the crystal, the flower, or the shell, and I will see you in your reading. If you chose the crystal and the Starchild tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do this love reading for you. So I'm going to do a full Celtic cross, and as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. In that deeper dive, I'm going to reveal the outcome card, and I'm also going to go deeper into all of it, especially on how this might all play out, possible timings, and guidance as well for each area, everything that comes up in this reading. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to do the full Celtic cross in this, and along with some bonus cards here from this deck. So let's get to it. If you want to book that deeper dive, then toward the end of the reading, there'll be a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what is this reading all about for crystals? Is this the Love Tarot? Reminds me of the Love Boat. Did you used to watch the Love Boat, crystals? I used to like that show. I've got the song in my head now. I won't sing it to you. I'll spare you that. What's this reading all about for crystals? It's about the 9 of Cups. It's about your wish fulfillment. Well, that's a good start. We like to hear that. This is all about you getting your way, what it is that you really want. It's about you getting all of it as well. Now, this is also about your oppression here and how you've been held back from that. The Knight of Wands is a player kind of an energy. And from this, I'm getting, this is about you getting your wish fulfillment, all of your wishes fulfilled, but not by the Knight of Wands. You're not going to get those wishes fulfilled by a player. The player isn't just suddenly going to magically become the wish fulfillment. They're always going to oppress you in some kind of way, hold something back, because the player is playing their own game. They're trying to get what it is that they want. So this is all about you getting your wishes fulfilled and no longer being oppressed by this player energy. Yeah, player energy. So what's crossing you here? What is hindering you? What's standing in your way? I'll show you the card, shall I? Forgot to change the scene. Sorry. Put you there, crystal. What's oppressing you here? What's oppressing you? What's crossing you? Just looking at that oppression card there. Let's put the 9 of Cups on top of it. What's holding you back here? It's kind of interesting that the It's kind of interesting that the oppression card and the Knight of Wands came out at the same time of this center and the spread here, rather than coming out as this in this position. But what you've got here crossing you, hindering you, is the Seven of Wands. And this is kind of, it can be like looking at the horizon there and kind of wondering what the hell is going to happen next. It's like, what fresh hell is this? What's coming next? Being a little bit scared of it. I mean, it might be something good that comes from over the horizon there, but you're both on high alert there, you and your kitty cat, wondering like, whatever next? Whatever next? This is the energy of someone who isn't necessarily at all manifesting what it is that they want. They're not in control of their lives. They're not going like, oh, well, this is the kind of relationship that I want, and so I'm going to go out and get that, and I know how to get that. This is I can't see what I'm doing wrong or how I'm doing it wrong, but I'm just having to take whatever comes up next. So there's definitely something that's hindering you here of not being kind of in control of the manifestations of your life. You don't feel in control of it, as if you're always being chosen by the wrong kind of people. Now, it might seem like that on the surface. Well, let's find out. How does it seem on the surface? How does it appear on the surface for crystals? The Eight of Swords, like you're bound to this. You're bound to this pattern as if there's nothing you can do to change it. The same thing just keeps on happening over and over again. These player kind of an energies. These ones that aren't committed. They don't want commitment. They don't want the same things that you want. They don't want to wish your fulfillments. They don't want to fulfill your wishes. They just don't want the same thing as you. And you seem bound to this. Like there's nothing you can do. Like what can you do? They're the only ones that are available. That's how it appears on the face of it. Like you're held in that pattern. What is really behind that though? What's really behind that? Let's have a few last cards, please. Okay, I'll take them then. What's really behind that is King of Swords, clarity, awakening, and the King of Wands. Now, King of Wands is very different than the Knight of Wands. So, the King of Swords is intelligent, goes about it in an intelligent way, uses his mind, right? Is kind of cut off from his emotions. So he's not trusting his emotions, he's using his mind, his logical mind to pursue what it is that he wants. Awakening. This is like awakening your smarts, awakening your sense. It's detaching from your emotions somewhat, and then the King of Wands comes in. Now, the King of Wands, Wands, passionate energy, but he's the king. He's mastered himself, right? The King of Wands is the energy that comes in and claims you because you are what they want. You want the same things as you, that you will fulfill their wishes. They know that they can fulfill your wishes, and they come in and claim you. So what this is telling me here is you're not trapped to that. Well, you kind of are trapped in that, because maybe you're trusting your feelings too much instead of thinking it through, instead of coming up with a strategy. Like I was getting at the start of this, it might be that just the way that you're going about it is not using your sense, not manifesting it for yourself, not going, this is the kind of relationship that I want, so I'm going to go and be that, and then go and seek that in this particular way, or wait for it to show up. There's something about using your mind here is behind that. So you've got to awaken your mind, awaken your intellect in all of this, have a strategy. You might need to learn about relationship things. It's people like what's his name, Matthew. I'm terrible with remembering names. There's a relationship coach, and he puts stuff out online, and he's called Matthew. You can find him on YouTube. I can't remember his second name now. Matthew Hussey. Check him out. So you might need to learn more about that and kind of get a better strategy. I know I did. I used to trust in my guidance and my feelings and all of that above everything else. And then I learned, kind of the hard way, I learned to start using my head about it instead, and actually having a tactic to how to approach relationships, not trusting my feelings so much, because I was in a repeat cycle like this. We'll go deeper into the guidance in that deeper dive for you as well. What have you got in your past? Wow. Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So again, a knight. So you've got these love offers, but they're very immature, let's put it that way, immature kind of love offers. Maybe someone rose-tinted spectacles offering the world, but then not being able to fulfill that. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of a youthful energy that goes, I'm in love with you after a few days, you know, and they're not able to back it up. Not able to back it up. And the Six of Swords, like the universe helping you out. So that wasn't just like random going, you did it wrong. You did it wrong again. It's the universe trying to show you what it is that you are manifesting. The Six of Swords is the universe trying to help you through obstacles. So this is why you've been in a repeat process, and that's what it feels like on the surface of it. In a repeat process, there's nothing you can do. Your hands are tied. It's just they're the only ones out there. There is something you can do. That's for sure. There is something you can do. So you've been attracting this kind of young, unable to fulfill your wishes, knight kind of an energy instead of the King of Wands kind of an energy. The one that actually wants the same thing as you and wants to give you that too. So what's coming in your future? So that was your past position now. That's the recent past. What's coming in the near future for crystals? What's coming in the near future for crystals? Near future for crystals. A lot, apparently. You have the Two of Crystals here, so a choice to be made here, weighing up the options, maybe thinking about it a little bit more. You have the Six of Wands here as well, a victory, and the Queen of Swords because you cut them out. So there's going to be someone that comes in and gives you an offer, and you get to decide, is this another night? Or is this just, you know, more of the same, more of the same? You get to weigh up those options. So thinking about it, is this more of the same? And two crystals there. And then the victory comes through being the Queen of Swords. So you upholding a boundary, saying no. It is okay for people to not be who you want. Even if you've got feelings for them, even if you're attracted to them, it's okay for them to not want the same thing as you. It's okay for them to not be that person that you'd like them to be. It's okay to have differences of opinions of what you want what you want in life, what you want in relationships. It's okay. There's every kind of people out there. You just need to go out there and choose the one that you do want rather than choosing the ones that you don't want and then getting upset that they're not the one that you do want, you know? So a victory is going to come in the near future for you when you say no. So I feel like the victory is going to come when you realize, this is more of the same, and I get it now. There's the red flags. There's that sign that it's more of the same. I know now what to say no to. I know now what that looks like so that I don't need to keep on in this repeating cycle. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe after you've got the deeper dive and got the guidance to get out of this, or follow Matthew Hussey and really good relationship advisors like that to learn about this stuff. His stuff is great. What is this reading also about? It's about the Knight of Crystals. There's another knight. It's about the Knight of Crystals, the one that takes it really slowly. This is about taking things slowly now. So it's not necessarily the way it's been done. That's still a knight, right? And just because someone wants to take something slow doesn't mean that they're the right one for you. Just because they're showing one healthy aspect of themselves in relationships doesn't mean to settle for them. It doesn't mean that they can offer you everything else, you know? It doesn't mean that they've got it all. Yeah, so this is about you not settling just for, well, they've got like some emotional intelligence. I usually meet people that don't have anything going for them, so I better hold on to this one because they're showing at least a glimmer of hope. No, just because it's a 1 on 10 instead of a 0 on 10 doesn't mean you got to go for it. You want the 10 out of 10 here, the one that satisfies everything. The wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups here, the one that's going to wish your fulfillment. Fulfill your wishes, you know. The one that can do that. This King of Wands here, he can do it. He's already got the vision now. So what are your fears? A lot of them, apparently. Your fears are the 8 of Wands. It's like you're fearing the path there. The work that you put in and the path to it. That's interesting. And the Ace of Cups, you're feeling good, and the Two of Cups. Okay, you're fearing some positive things here. It's like, it feels to me like you're fearing change here, because these are really good cards. Like the Two of Cups, it's like an amazing love offer. Ace of Cups, you feeling incredible. The Eight of Wands, the path to that, it's almost like you fear going about things in a different way. You know how, I don't know which teacher it was, spiritual teacher it was, that said, we don't fear how incapable we are, that we're not good enough. Really, we fear our greatness. Like, sometimes we can really fear what it is that we really want, because it's so unknown to us and we've never been there before, and we don't really trust ourselves to get there. And sometimes, especially when we're talking about relationship paths, if we've always been attracting them in a certain way, you know, like meeting people when we're out and drunk kind of thing, and having fun with our friends and just finding all these players all the time, we don't know how to do it another way, and we think the other way might be really slow, and we might be left alone, and then there doesn't seem to be a proper plan of action there to find somebody, or, you know, it just could be the unknownness, because it's very unusual to be fearing those really good things there, and it feels like the unknown to me. It feels like it's because the unknown, this unknown path. It's like, well, what would that be like then? Because I don't know how to do that. If I don't know how to do that, that means I'm incapable of it. And what if that does come along, and what if they're really boring? It won't be. I mean, there'll be a 10 on 10. So unless you're one of the 10 things that you're asking for is someone that's boring, they're not going to be that. But there's a whole lot of unknown here, so it does really feel like you've been locked into this pattern, this Eight of Swords pattern here, doing the same thing over and over. And you might think that everyone's doing that, but they're not. What are your hopes then? Big chunk of cards falling out each time here, but I'm told to take them. So the Ace of Swords. Wow. So the Ace of Swords is, you're hoping for like a new start, but that's true. You're hoping for someone that's true. Oh, that makes sense. So that makes more sense of your fears now here. The Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it's good feeling things. It's almost like you're afraid of, going back to this, you're afraid of being fooled again, falling in love again, feeling really good again. Because it's the same story over and over again. It never works out. It turns into the same problem each time. And so you're not wanting the Ace of, you're not wishing for that. Your hopes are the Ace of Swords. So you want truth. You want someone that comes in and tells you the truth. So it very well could be that you have been catfish, that you've had liars come in, cheats and liars, that kind of thing. They seem like they're going to be the one for you on the surface of it, but then they're not. Now, it's not necessarily true that they were lying to you. Some of you have had that experience for sure, but sometimes when we think that that's happening to us, it's because we're lying to ourselves. It's because we create a fantasy of someone in ourselves. They've not necessarily told us of that, but we've created that fantasy of them. You know, they've told us, I've got a house, and then in our minds we've made it into a palace. And then, like, when they've got like this tiny little rundown shack thing, we're like, you told me you had a palace. They didn't, right? They said they had a house. So it can be something like that. Two of Swords is, you're hoping to the Two of Swords is about making a decision. It's about making a decision with your mind, but it's often about us not seeing clearly because of that, because of our tricky mind, of the way that our mind tricks us. It feels to me like you're hoping to get out of this. You're hoping to solve this puzzle in your mind, to figure it out. You're afraid of your emotions here, of your attraction patterns, and you're hoping to figure it out. Akashic Records, you're hoping for your twin flame. Okay, so you're hoping for your twin flame. That kind of makes sense. So it's like you want to figure this out. You want to do it with your mind, the Ace of Swords and the Two of Swords, and you're hoping for your twin flame to come in, so that the easy one, not necessarily the easy one. You are obviously somebody who isn't trusting your picker. You're not trusting your heart at the moment. You're not trusting that your feelings, because it's the same pattern over and over again, and you don't know how it is that you're manifesting it. So let's find out. So let's get some outcome cards out for you, which I'll reveal in the Oh, there we go. I'll reveal in the deeper dive as well. So there's your outcome. It's good. It is good. I like that. And let's get some bonus cards out as well. So bonus cards for crystals. Tell us more about this. Crystals love life. Tell us more. What else do you want crystals to know in this reading before we get into the deeper dive? You have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, so that indicates you've got a bit of denial going on at the moment, as in you don't really want to face up to the fact that it's something that you're doing, and it is something that you're doing that's getting you in this situation. Let's get you some clarity on that in the deeper dive. Look inside of yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So there's some deep dive work needing to be done here to get you out of this pattern, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a big change either, but it's going to take practice, that's for sure, once you've figured out what it is, and I'm going to help you with that in the deeper dive. And healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. This is about your healing, and it's about you getting into healing relationships, or relationships that are going to change this for you, transform this for you, so that you feel better, so it's healed, and so that you can get into healthy relationships. So let's get on with that then. If you're interested, if this sounds like it is your story or it could be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for the guidance in all of this. I will reveal these 2 cards, and then I'll get cards out to go into the rest of it as well, and let's get you moving forward here. So guidance for the situation you find yourself in right now, guidance for the way ahead as well in these healing kind of relationships, and also how this might all play out along with timelines is what I'm going to go into for you guys here. And so if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments as well for that deeper dive. It's an instant watch kind of thing, and so you do need to get your email address right. Oh, by the way, it's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. You need to get your email address right. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So do check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal, and then you can download a PDF. So you need to do that on a device where you can look at PDFs. In that PDF, there is some information about the reading. There is a special free gift in there for you, and then there's a picture of a video. Click on the picture of the video and you can watch it straight away. And so there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. I'd love to hear from you. How is this resonating with you? And thank you to all of my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. Very much appreciated. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week. I go live 3 times a week as well at my Psychic Cafe show, in which I give mini reads, so I'd love to see you in there. And I also do a daily energy update for the collective as well. So click that subscribe button and you can keep in touch and watch all of the videos that I'm uploading and be notified of that. So if this is where you're leaving me, then good luck with all of this, with your love life. And if you're coming with me to the deep dive, I'll see you very shortly in that. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Let's find out what's going on in your love life. So let's do that love reading for you, flowers. Now, as always, this is the Light Seers Tarot, by the way, that you've chosen. As always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this flower. So if you find that this is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that deeper dive, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in. I'm going to reveal the outcome cards as well from this Celtic cross spread. And I'm going to go into guidance for you, maybe in your next relationship or this relationship that you're getting into. I don't know what's going to come up in the reading yet. But guidance for you in a relationship, let's put it that way. And also how your love life might play out along with timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, there's going to be a link that pops up there. Find a link for that in the description box and the comments box below as well. And so let's do this Celtic cross reading. Let's get you some cards out. What is this reading all about? Just change your view here so you can see. What a gorgeous flower, hey? No wonder you chose it. Oh, it's about the sun. I saw that. The sun and the lovers. Yay. This is a good reading for you, flowers. So what is this about? This is about the ultimate happiness. This is about your inner child feeling happy, the lover of your dreams, the This is just like the lover that makes you truly, truly happy deep down in every fiber of your being. That's incredible energy. So, that's a very good start. Flowers. That's what the reading is about. Tell us what is hindering flowers then. What's crossing flowers in this? And finding this exceptional love. What's hindering you is the Page of Wands. It's like an overexcited kind of an energy here. An overly positive kind of an energy. A kind of a naive energy. A kind of an energy where it's like, is that the one? Is that the one? Is that the one? Is that the one? A seeing or believing that someone that you're attracted to, maybe one after another, each one that you're attracted to is the one, that they're your twin flame and they're your soulmate kind of thing. It's a kind of, an overexcited energy is hindering you here. So you're very much in this page, and the sun is the inner child kind of an energy as well. Very young kind of spirit kind of an energy here is hindering you in this. A naivety, very tempting to do that. Everyone that you meet, the next person that you're attracted to, you're like, this is it. I can tell, I'm feeling it. They're my twin flame. They're the one. And then it doesn't work out. And then you meet someone else and you're attracted to them. You're like, oh my God, this is it. They're the one. I think they're my twin flame. And they're not. And then it's just like one after another. That naivety that has you doing that is what it feels like to me. So, how are things looking on the surface for flowers in their love life? The Love Tarot, like the Love Boat. Did you used to watch that? I did. Two of Wands is how it looks on the surface of it. So the Two of Wands is about a crossroads. It's about choices to be made. The Wands is about action, and it's about passion as well. So it's almost like A or B. Do I go for that or this person or that person? On the surface of it, it might appear like you've got two choices, in fact, two people in front of you. For some of you, which one is your twin flame or your soulmate? You might be asking yourself that. Well, that's interesting. So a choice of two. Who to go out with. Who to proceed with. What's really behind that is strength. I need another card out with that. Just give me some clarity on that. Why is strength behind that? Could be like, who's the stronger choice? Is it? High Priestess and the Five of Cups. Okay. Again, the High Priestess is giving me that energy of, is this the one? Is that my soulmate? Is that my twin flame? It could be why you're watching readings, in fact, because this kind of an energy of person will believe readings more than believing themselves and the evidence of the person that's in front of them, whether they're really compatible with them and want the same things of them, and whether they're really that person who they can have a relationship with that's going to be right for them. It's not evidence-based. This is more intuition-based. So what's really behind that is strength, intuition-based stuff, and the Five of Cups, feeling left out here. So I feel two choices in front of you. What popped into my mind when I said that, two choices in front of you, was choose neither. If you come into this reading thinking, which one shall I choose? Which one is my twin flame? Neither of them are. Because you would never ask that question. And that's not because you just know and you just know. And you might have heard that, well, when you know, you'll know. And that might be why you're in this naive energy of, oh, well, when I know, I'll know. So I'm going to pretend that I know. Like, oh, I just know it. I just know it. That makes it feel like it's based on a feeling. It makes it sound like it's love at first sight kind of thing. I don't believe in that. Attraction at first sight, absolutely. And there can be a soul recognition at first sight, absolutely. But let's not forget, soul recognition can be someone that killed you in a past lifetime. It can be someone that's a mother, brother, lover, son, father, sister, arch enemy, someone that killed you in a past lifetime. We can have recognition. The older the soul you are, the more lifetimes you've had, the more soul recognition you'll have with more people. So we won't go based on those feelings. We won't go based on this high priestess feeling. We'll go based on compatibility in someone who's got the right ingredients for you. So when you know you'll know isn't based on a feeling, it's a feeling plus a hell of a lot more than that. 5 of Cups, feeling left out here. Because it keeps on being lost. It keeps on being poured away. Keep on believing it. It's like, surely I'm doing it right this time because I'm believing it. It's the love at first sight thing. This is the one. This is the one. Almost convincing yourself that it's the one because people have told you. When you know, you know. And so you think, well, if I just know, I can make them be that. You can't. You can't make anyone be anything. They're going to be who they are. Just have to choose right. So there's something about you using your strength against you is behind that. This is why I say, if you've got a choice of 2 people in front of you, don't say yes to either of them. Neither of them are right for you. Likewise, if someone is choosing between me and someone else, then they better choose the other person or nobody, because I don't want them. Because the person for me is only going to be choosing me. I'm not saying that they're never going to have a past or anything like that, never had other relationships or anything like that. Absolutely not. But if they're actively going, Claire or someone else, then they're not the person for me, because they haven't got clarity on what it is that they want. If they haven't got clarity on what it is that they want, then they're not at the same level as me. Yeah? Because there isn't anyone like me. And so if they're looking for me, they're looking for me. And they're the person that's right for me. And so that is why I say, if you've got a choice of 2 people, it's neither of them. It's neither. So this is saying that your strengths are working against you. Why would that be? Because your intuition is good. It's a good thing. It taps you into your guidance, yes. But it's not everything. Especially not in relationships. It's not everything in relationships. Yes, it's important to have feelings and have a connection with someone, but that's not all of it. That's not all of it. So that strength of yours, instead of using it to help you, is actually working against you, and it's causing you to miss out on it. It's like, well, that wasn't the one. It might feel like your intuition has gone wrong here, but your intuition isn't wrong. It's just you're making too much out of it. Does that make sense? We'll get into this in the deeper dive anyway for your guidance, you know. So, what's in the recent past for you guys? Recent past? You got the 3 of Cups, so a reunion. Someone came back into your life. Okay. Yeah, you've got very confused energy about your choices here. Was it that person? Is it that person? As if someone else is making the decisions for you. As if the universe is making the decisions for you. As if, like, out there there's someone that's got like a badge on them going, the one for you. There's no one out there making the decisions for you. So it doesn't surprise me that you'd have people coming back in and then you're questioning, is this the one? Should I have let them go? Maybe I shouldn't have let them go. Maybe they were the one after all. They're not. Let me tell you that now. But there is a very confused energy about you here of not knowing. How would you not know? Because you're not clear in yourself of what it is that you want. That's how you'd not know. You know, not clear in yourself of who would be right for you, and that's because you don't know yourself very well. Yeah, if you really knew yourself, really loving yourself, you know exactly what kind of person would be right for you. And so when you met them, you would know hands down, absolutely. Maybe not immediately, but certainly once you got to know them, you would know. That's what I said. I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe in attraction at first sight. But that's about it. And connection at first sight, yeah. But that's not everything, like I've said. So what's coming in your near future? You got the 10 of Cups. You got the happily ever after, which is awesome. This is near future as well. Page of Pentacles. You got an offer coming in here. One that you're going to rush for. Rush in. Like fast incoming offer from someone that's going to lead to happily ever after. Well, that's all of a sudden. Let's find out about that then. In the deeper dive, I'm going to go into the progression of all of this and timelines. But that's the near future, so that's really good. 10 of Cups. Okay, so what is this reading also about? We've got the Sun and the Lover. So you're wanting the one now, aren't you? That's coming through loud and clear. You're wanting the one now, the one that's going to truly make you happy. You're not as far from it as you think. Eight of Swords, but you're feeling bound. You're feeling bound maybe to repeat patterns, or just bound in the confusion of like, I don't know what to choose here. I don't know what to choose. Confused kind of an energy. What are your fears? Your fears are healing and other people's perception of you being watched. So your fears are you healed enough yet? So you've been through it, haven't you? You've had some gnarly relationships here that you've had to heal from. Maybe narcissists, abuse, that kind of thing in relationships. And it's been hard. You don't want that again. I feel like you're beyond that now, but that's always going to be a fear. And that's like good to be fearing that. If you've experienced that stuff, we should always have that fear of that, you know. It's like if you almost drowned one time, you're going to have a fear of water. It's kind of healthy to have that fear of water because you know the potential there. You're not just kind of like, you know, dancing on the edge of the pools and things like that. You've got a healthy kind of better take care of myself near water kind of a thing here. That's what I'm getting from this. You're fearing kind of someone, other people's perceptions of you, or someone watching you, or it's like you're fearing the unhealed part of you is still attracting, still being noticed by the wrong kind of people. That's what it is. So here you've got almost a fear of choosing to be in a relationship because you still think that you might be attractive to and attracting the wrong types that really hurt you in the past. You're fearing that again. You're fearing not being healed enough and still attracting those types. Or you're fearing not being healed enough to deal with those types when those types come along. Because you're going to attract every kind of person. Especially once you get into a high vibe, you attract every kind of person. But you just deal with them when those come up, hopefully. What are your hopes? You've got a lot of hopes. Hoping for justice. Yes, you deserve much better. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. And it feels to me like you're in a process here of healing yourself and manifesting it. You want to manifest it. You're hoping to manifest it. Your justice. Justice is someone that's good enough for you. Someone that treats you right because you treat people right. You're hoping for, wow, the Hermit. So depth, you know. Someone that works on themselves. Someone that is not necessarily introverted, but they do that inner work. You know, they can look into themselves. They're not like just surface level idiot kind of thing, putting everyone else on that, you know, putting everything that happens to them on everyone else. You don't want someone like that, right? You want someone who's more the Hermit, kind of a thoughtful kind of an energy. And the Wheel, you're hoping that this cycle that you've been in is over now. I do get a fear from you with this of repeat patterns coming up again. It's like, oh God, please let the next one not be one of those narcissists or whatever. There's still a fear that you're going to get into the same kind of thing. And I hope that you won't, you know. I hope that cycle is over now. So let's get your outcome cards out. I won't reveal them in this reading. I'll reveal them in the deeper dive. And then we'll get you some bonus cards out as well. What is the outcome for flowers in this Celtic crossbred? There we go. So you have, nice. And, oh dear, and... That's good. Quite a mix there. Quite kind of a healthy outcome there. We'll realise in the deeper dive. Let's get you some bonus cards out here. What else do you want to tell flowers in this love reading? What else do you want to tell flowers? And in the deeper dive, I'm going to help you out with this, with where you're at now, this kind of fearful place of wanting change. Let's get that change in for you. Let's get you great clarity there so that you can really trust yourself. Beautiful. So first out, you've got sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. This is what you're after now. I feel it strongly in your spread here that you want this now. power. You instinctively know what's right for you and have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. We need to get you in this. Right now, you're kind of coming across as your strength working against you because you're relying too much on intuition as if that's going to save you. But what will actually save you is this: you stepping into your power, instinctively knowing what's right for you and having the power to say no or walk away when it's not right for you at any time. So it's being able to get into those situations and be powerful in those situations. So in other words, if this is ringing a bell for you, this you've been with narcissists before, and they're hard to get over those relationships. It requires a lot of healing. You don't want one of those again. You might be saying to yourself, what if I don't recognize it this time? What if I get into well, you're going to recognize it at some point, and then you're going to have the power to say no or walk away much sooner than you did before, right? Much sooner than you did before. But I'll help you out with that in the deeper dive. And reflection, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So you need to have some trust here. Your person, your sacred union here wants you to, right? And you are headed toward that. And it's showing because you're doing the work here that you're headed toward that. So let's get you some help with all of that. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive. To get some guidance for all of this, and let's get you moving forward and get some clarity in all of this so that you're not so scared of these things, and so that we can, get you this justice that you truly deserve so you can manifest it. Someone that's got more depth, more of a match for you, and end this cycle and get you into a new cycle there. Let's do that, shall we? So I'll pop a link for it up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's an instant watch thing, so you need to get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. And your email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Check in those places. In that email, there's a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open a PDF. In that PDF, you will see that there is a link. Now, in that PDF, you'll see that there's information about the reading. There's a special free gift in there for you as well. And then there's a picture of a video. Click on that picture of a video, and you can watch it right away. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Let me know what's going on with this. How is it resonating with you? I get back to pretty much everyone at the moment. Thank you to all my subscribers for supporting me and my channel. Very much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there. I do 3 pick a card reads like this a week. I go live 3 times a week in Psychic Cafe show, in which I give mini reads. So come along to that at some point. And I also, what else do I do? Oh, a daily energy update for the collective as well. So if you're interested in that, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell for more of that. And so thank you again. If this is where you're leaving me, then good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the Shell and the Dark Mansion Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do this full Celtic Cross spread for you, love reading for you. So as always, Shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, it could be your story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now, guidance for you in the upcoming relationship that you're going to get into, or that you are in. Anyway, we'll see what comes up in this reading, and also how this might all play out, along with timelines for all of that. I will also reveal the outcome cards for this Celtic Cross spread as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, there's going to be a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get your cards out for this Celtic Cross spread, love spread for you. Put that out of the way. And so tell us, what is this reading all about for Shells? It's about the Knight of Swords. It's about this cavalier approach, this Knight of Swords, someone coming in fast with their truth. It's about someone coming in and telling you their truth and maybe giving you a love offer here, or at least revealing something to you that about their feelings maybe, or some truth. It feels like, to me, for you, Charles, there's been something that's been left unsaid, kind of thing. Someone's not been revealing the truth to you, or not that kind of lying to you. I'm not getting that, but it's more like They're not telling you how they feel. Someone's got feelings for you and they're not telling you. This is someone who's like been noticing you and watching you, but they're not necessarily revealed themselves yet, or they haven't come forward, you know? This is all about someone coming forward. A cavalier approach. It's like, come on, do it. It's almost like you've got this feeling of, I wish they would ask me out. I wish they'd come forward. Like, what's holding them up kind of thing. You feel like, it feels to me like you're on the verge of something here. What's crossing you then? What is holding you back from this? And what is in your energy that's holding you back from this? That's a lot. The Five of Swords is the chaos and conflict. There's chaos and conflict. So there's some kind of chaos and conflict that is preventing this person from coming forward and giving you this truth here. Three of Wands, they're choosing the path. They're choosing whether to take this new path to you. The Five of Wands, they're practicing something. They're practicing what to say, maybe rehearsing it, or planning an approach to you. Eight of Pentacles, they're putting the work in. Now, this could be that they've got some financial stuff to sort out. There's obviously definite impediments to this person coming forward. They want to be, finances is what I was getting, the King of Pentacles there. So they're working hard at something because they need to sort a financial thing out first. This is someone that wants to come in to your life the right way. You're like, I wish they would. Like, why? What's holding them up here? I want them to come in. I want them to be brave. I want them to come in and tell me the truth. And they're like, chaos and conflict. They've got stuff going on that they need to sort out first. They're still choosing. I think they are choosing you, choosing that path. But they've got to practice it first. They've got to get the financial situation sorted out. There's an impediment to this person at the moment. That's what's holding you up. It's not so much in your energy. It's in their energy, is what I'm getting here. So how do things look on the surface of it? On the face of it, how does it look for shells here? Shells, how does it look on the face of it? I'm glad yours is different, because crystals and flowers were so similar to each other, but kind of slight differences in the intricacies of it, but similar energy. Your energy is completely different here. Refreshing for me as a reader. How do things look on the face of it? How does it appear on the surface? Shells. Page of Cups, like they're going to give a love offer, like a fresh offer kind of thing. It's right there. It's almost like, I feel it in your energy. You're like, why haven't they asked already? It's right there, like they could. Maybe they're practicing and they're about to say it to you, or you feel like that. You feel like they should be ready. I don't think they are. It appears on the surface that they're ready, and they just just need to ask you, give you the offer, tell you. Pages tell you. It's like, why aren't they saying it? I'm feeling your frustration. What's behind this, though? What's really behind this? I mean, they've got all of this going on. They want to be the King of Pentacles first. What's really behind that? Page of Cups. Looks on face it like they should be ready, like they should just be able to say it. Just say it. Say it, people. The Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles is behind that. This is deception, and this is tending to the environment after they've planted those seeds. Okay. Now, I'm not getting your person is deceiving you at all, really. Maybe deceiving you because this is like the energy of someone putting a smile on the face even though their life is in chaos kind of thing. They're putting a brave face on it. They're showing you the best side of them. They're not showing you all of this crap, right? And that's why you're feeling like, well, why don't they just say it? Like, smiling, they seem to be happy and all is well. Why don't they just say? It's because they're having to tend to the environment at the moment, and they're showing you the bright side of things, but that's not how it is. They're kind of deceiving you. This is a good kind of a deceit because they're protecting you from something here. But there's something more that they need to do. Again, Seven of Pentacles, like Eight of Pentacles. There's work that they need to put in before it'll pay off for them. A financial situation or something that they need to sort out in their life here. You want them to come in fast, right? The Knight of Swords, and tell you the truth. You want them that just love offer. Like, why aren't they doing it? This is why. they're kind of deceiving you in the way. They're holding something back. They're protecting you from it. They're not telling you all of it. This is someone that wants to impress you and that wants to do it right. This is not someone that wants to rush in right now. And your impatience is the least of the troubles. I'm not saying that this person is in a lot of trouble, but your impatience is the least of it. I'm sure that they trust you to get over your impatience. Now, energy in your recent past is the Wheel of Fortune, so things have been moving, and this could be why it appears deceptive. They appear deceptive because things seem to be moving forward. It's like, why haven't they asked me already? Because things are moving forward. It's looking really good. They've got a smile on the face. Like, what's going on here? You might be tripping out about things going like, well, why haven't they asked me then? Like, why haven't they told me? What's wrong with me? You know, you might start making things up like that, and you don't need to, because I'm really picking heavily on their energy and not that much on your energy here, which means it's like you've just got to manage yourself through this process while they're doing 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, getting ready for this, 5 of Wands, getting ready for it. So what's the energy? So things have got moving, and that's why you've thought like, well, they're paying more interest now, and there's this and there's this and there's that. There's all the clues there, right? You've had all the clues that things are moving now. You're like, well, why haven't they like done that big thing then? The big gesture, the asking me out on the date, the asking you to marry them. If some of you might be already in a relationship, I don't feel like it though. I feel like your person is just not asking. What's coming in? The devil. Energy coming towards you is the devil. I need clarification on that. Give us one more. Okay, give us more than one. This is the... Wow, that's a lot of cards. For clarity on the devil. So this is the near future. What's coming towards you is the devil. It's a negativity. What is that about? Well, it's about this. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, 10 of Swords. Do you know your person's married? They're ending something, or either married, 10 of Pentacles, or were married, or they're a commitment in which their money is tied up in it. Painful ending here, being stabbed in the back about that. So yes, no wonder they need to sort the financial situation out, because they've got something to end here. It's painful for them. It was something that they kind of locked in, and now the negativity is coming out from that. Now, they've gone through a separation, or they're going through a separation at the moment, is what I'm getting here. And we really find out people's true colours when we're going through a separation, because they might be, you know, okay when they're in a relationship with us, or great at first, yeah, when we're in a relationship with them. But you really find out who someone is when you're going through a breakup, right? That's when they can turn, and that's what's happening here. The devil. Yeah. The negativity is coming out, and yeah, painful for them. King of Cups and the Hierophant. Spiritual lessons from that. Spiritual lessons from that, right? Okay. It's all falling apart. Whoa. It's painful for them. Even though they're not showing you that, it's painful for them. But they're getting spiritual lessons from it. Now, it's affecting what they're open to now. So your person is going to be more wary than ever, because what are they going through now? They're going through a breakup which is turning nasty. It's painful for them, and it's making them more wary than ever because of these spiritual lessons they're getting from it, of their approach with you. So you're like, come on then, just like thinking, well, they're not going through all of this, like they don't have a problem, like they are all sorted or whatever. You might be aware that they're going through a breakup, but you don't see it as being a big problem. They're shielding you from that. They're shielding you from that. Yes, they've made moves towards you and all of that, but they're shielding you from this and from what's really going on in it. And it's really quite very difficult. Not quite difficult, it's very difficult for them. So they're getting the spiritual lessons from that, and then unlikely to make a mistake like that again. So like I said, when you first get into a relationship, that person is great with you. That person was great with them when they first got into a relationship with, and it might have gone slightly downhill, enough for them to end it anyway, or that relationship to come to an end. Then it's turned nasty. Now, that is going to make someone wary, or at least looking back, like, well, where were the signs of the red flags when I got into this relationship or before this relationship, and how can I prevent this from happening again? They might be looking at you, well, is Shell going to get nasty like this? Or do I need to change my approach? Am I going about things in the same way here? Am I setting myself up for the same kind of failure? It's all kinds of questions like that. It's making them really wonder about what it is that they're open to now. I don't feel like it's making them close down, the King of Cups here, but they're certainly getting some wisdom about it here. That's a lot, right? And that's the energy that's coming in. So they're either going through this right now, or that energy is going to start affecting you. I think that's what it might be. This energy might start affecting you, so that might, in other words, they might make an approach to you, and you might start having some of that negativity projected onto you from their ex or something like that, or from other people. It might be too. There could be a lot of chaos and conflict comes about from this, headed in your direction. Okay, careful what you wish for, you know. What is this relationship? What is this relationship? What is this reading also about? It's about the Knight of Swords. You're wanting them to come in faster. Be careful what you wish for. I feel like if you're patient now, remember what I said, your impatience is the least of it for them. I think if you are patient, you might be like, thank God I didn't try and speed this up, because I think when it happens, you're still going to get some of this here. If you speed it up, you're going to get even more of this. Like, let them deal with this first rather than you getting involved in it, because it's going to come your way. This is in your near future. Yeah, so the sooner you get into this relationship, the bigger this is going to be. This energy is going to dwindle once they deal with it, and it's going to impact you less the longer you leave it. So there's a good reason to not rush into this, and they probably know that too. Yes. What's this reading about as well? You're wanting to rush it, huh? Knight of Swords, you want them to just come in? No, you don't. You don't really. If you knew all of the details, you wouldn't want them to come in right away, right now. Because it's not as it appears to be. It's not as you're imagining it to be. It's not going to be like a bed of roses. It's not going to be like, if they just came in right now, it'd be wonderful and it'd all work out. That is not the way it would go down. Give us another card then. What's this reading also about? What is this reading also about? Too many. It's hard to shuffle these cards. There we go. 8 of Wands. Speedy, 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 speedy communication. Why don't they just tell me then? Why don't they just tell me then the truth? Yes, that's what I was getting at first. The Knight of Swords. You want them to tell you why don't they tell me? Communication. Communicate with me. Instead, they're being deceptive. They're not telling you. They don't want to involve you in it. What are your fears? Fears should be all of this. Your fears aren't them. It's someone who's involved with them, especially in a financial thing. That could be why they're leaving you out of it as well. Because if it is fights about finance, if it's fights about finance, you don't want your finances to be involved in that. What are your fears? Let me just, you've got the King of Swords there, but I want clarity on that. Click clear. It's clarity. You're fearing clarity. That's weird. I need clarification on that. Why? Why the King of Swords? Why have we got the King of Swords here? For the fears. You fear the King of Swords. Fearing clarity. Them having clarity. It's not that. Whoa. It's not that either. Hang on. Just clear this energy. Okay, why is the King of Swords here? Why have we got the King of Swords here? There we go. The Nine of Swords. So the King of Swords is the one that has clarity. It's the intellectual. It's the one that thinks about things. The Nine of Swords is anxiety. So you're fearing, I think you're both in this energy, in fact, of pretending that everything is good on the surface of it. You're both kind of polishing the turd in a way. And that's probably not the best way of putting it. Ignoring what's going on underneath the surface. This is almost a fear of your worst nightmares coming true. You're getting clarity on your worst nightmares. It's about, I feel like you're trying to stay in a positive mindset. I feel like they're trying to stay in a positive mindset. I think you're pretty positive people. And what you're going through right now is not a positive. Well, what they're going through right now is not positive at all, especially the stuff that's coming. It's going to get worse for them before it gets better. And I feel that you in this situation have kind of got a view on it, and you're trying to do the same thing too. You're putting a smile on your face, and you're not necessarily facing up to the anguish, the anxiety that this is causing you, the sleepless nights, you know. You're probably both thinking about this a lot. And that's your fears. It's your fears are it coming true. It's like the things that you're trying not to think about. Is that coming true? The worst outcome, or even the reality of it. You're fearing that is how it is. It's a strange energy because it's almost like what you want to happen. It's almost like you know that this tower moment has to happen and this negativity has to happen, but you're trying to ignore it and you're trying to stay positive, and it's like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want it for them and I don't want it for me, but I know that needs to happen before we can be together, before they can actually do this. You wish that you could circumvent that, but you can't. Unfortunately, you've both got to go through this to get to the other side of it. So, what are your hopes? What are your hopes? What are Crystal's hopes here? Crystal's hopes. Too many. Crystal's hopes? Any more hopes? The moon. Depth of feeling there. It's been revealed too. Your hopes are the moon, the full moon, like puts light in the darkness, right? Your hopes are to heal this, to shine the light, to that's not even a word. Positivitize. That's what I just said. To make this situation positive, to transmute it. You want to make it okay. You want to wave your crystal wand. You want to wave your crystal wand. Oh, that's why the magician came out. Yeah, and for that to be transmuted, you want the light. You want the light to be shone. You want to make it okay for them. You want to make it okay. You just want reality to be different than it is. You wish for illumination and the light to be returned in a dark situation here, and it is a dark situation. No wonder it's the dark. This tarot set, which is called Dark Wood. No, Dark. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. Hopes. I would need some more hopes first. You want it to be different. Oh, look. Oh, this is so sweet. I knew you needed more cards out. The Two of Cups, yes. You're hoping to come together here. for this spectacular love offer. I feel like you're going to. It's going to be in time now. 6 of Wands here. It's the marriage card in this deck. They're getting married there. It's the victory. It's a victory. So you want this to be made positive. Yeah, of course. That's your wishes. This is the person that you want. It's the person you want to get married to have a victory with here. You want that love offer, the 2 of Cups. So what's the outcome for all of this? Well, they were fast to come out. The outcome. I'm going to reveal these cards in the deeper dive there. That might not be what you want to hear. Yes, that's very good. And, oh, perfect. I love it. So I'll reveal those in the deeper dive. Let's get you some bonus cards out. That's so good. I'm so happy for you there. Okay, so bonus cards for shells. You got playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest heal. So there's nothing wrong with what you're doing here. There's nothing wrong with this. This deception, I wasn't getting a bad thing from it at all. You're just kind of protecting each other and trying to transmute that energy, both of you at the moment. Keeping it light, keeping it playful, not adding to their discomfort kind of thing. And yeah, being there for each other in a way and keeping it positive. That's a good thing. So this isn't like saying, oh, you're just, you're ignoring reality. You're pretending that it's all like positive when it's not. It's not saying that at all. This is a good thing for them at the moment. You are the least of their worries at the moment. They think about you a lot, but they're fighting fires at the moment with this other person. And yeah, keeping you out of it, having to sort that out first. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So you've got no change in this at the moment. It's just got to play out. You can't do anything to change it. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So this is kind of advice. You can't fight against this, struggle against this. It's not going to work. You have to just go, there's a process. You don't want all of this to happen, but it's happening, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. For them, they're keeping you out of it. You're going to be affected by it as soon as they actually come in and you solidify this relationship with them. You're going to get some of the fallout, but hopefully the worst of it will be over there. I feel like this is their karma, not your karma, with all of this, which is why they're kind of putting a smile on their face and pretending that everything's okay kind of thing. Yeah. So keep going. This one is my advice, but I'm going to go into that advice for you in the deeper dive. So if that sounds like it is your situation, it could be your situation, you might want to get that. And I'll reveal what these outcome cards are for you there. And I'm also going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. Help you through this, right? And also guidance for you about this relationship, what you need to know about them, yourself, and possible dynamics, how to make it work really well. And also how this might all play out and possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. And that's an instant watch kind of thing. You do need to get your email address right, otherwise you won't receive it. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You just need to click on that shell on a device on which you can open PDFs and look at PDFs. In that PDF, there's a bit of information about the reading. There's a special free gift in there as well. And then you'll see a picture of a video. You click on the picture of that video and then you can watch it right away. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Let me know what's going on here. Did you know about this information already that I've given you? You might have been aware of it slightly, but not in the same detail as has come out here. It's really getting difficult for them right now, but it will get better, don't worry. I do feel like you're meant for this person here. So there you go. So yeah, leave me a comment. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support, very much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do a daily energy update for the collective every single day of the year. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week, and I also go live 3 times a week as well in my Psychic Cafe show. Would love to see you in there. I give many reads in there, so come along and get one of those sometime. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I will see you in there very shortly.